Hi everybody, it's Paul again. I'm back with some more show and tell about some of my wristwatches. Today I wanted to talk about my Homage watches, of which I have a few. Probably the most copied, aspired to, emulated watch on the planet is the James Bond watch, the Rolex Submariner, the one with the date window, or the one without the date window, either one. This is a watch that everybody wants, it seems like. People are willing to pay 12,000 bucks for. I have watches that look like this, but they aren't this. The first one I got is made by a Chinese company called Pagani Design. You can see it here. Trying to hold it so that you don't get a lot of reflection off the light. But this is a watch that is faithful in appearance to the Rolex Submariner, but of course it doesn't say Rolex on the dial, it says Pagani Design. That's the Chinese company that makes it. And there are other very, very small differences. This watch, like I said, it was one of the first Homage watches I ever bought. I was never really happy with it. It's got a flaw. If you look at the bezel, the 12 o'clock index above the 12, and the 30-minute index down at the bottom of the dial are just not quite aligned with the indexes on the watch dial itself. And once you see that very slight misalignment, you just can't unsee it, and that's always bugged me. Also, this is a big clunky watch. It's 44 millimeters in case diameter. It's about 14 millimeters thick as far as the case goes. The actual Rolex Submariner is more like 40 and a 12 millimeter thickness, so it's a little more petite than this. It looks a little bit too big on my wrist. I bought a second Homage to the Rolex Submariner. This one is from another Chinese company called Suges. Now, I'm not really sure how you pronounce Suges, how the Chinese pronounce it, but that's spelled S-U-G-E-S-S. It's a different Chinese company. They make their own movements. And they make, I think, a much nicer quality watch than the Pagani Design. You can see right away a big difference in size. The Suges on the left has a 40 millimeter case diameter, and it's about 12 to 13 millimeters thick. It's much, much closer in dimensions to the actual Rolex Submariner. Otherwise, it's got the appearance down, just absolutely down pat. A better quality watch overall, and one that I'm happy with. Probably going to not wear the Pagani Design anymore. I'm going to be wearing the Suges instead. This is another watch that is pretty popular in the Homage business. This is a Tudor Black Bay 58. Tudor is a sister company of Rolex. They make a watch that doesn't sell for quite as much, but I think the quality is right up there with Rolex. Very popular watches, very highly sought after, and one that I would just love to have. Well, I can't afford one, so I have a Homage. This Homage is another Pagani Design watch. This one is a notch up in quality from the first Pagani Design I showed you, the Submariner Homage. This one, I think, is a much better quality watch overall. Stainless steel case, sapphire crystal. It has a good Seiko NH35 movement inside. Very, very faithful in appearance as far as the dial, the indices, the bezel, even down to the burgundy ring around the crown that you wind it with. This was very, very faithful to the appearance of the Tudor Black Bay 58. And you'll notice mine is on a black silicone strap with red on the inside to go along with that bezel. I restrap a lot of my watches, and I'm more comfortable with straps than I am with bracelets, so a lot of mine have silicone or leather straps instead of the bracelets that you'll see in the photos on the iPad. But I like this watch, and I wear it a great deal. This is another Rolex. This one is called the Air King. It's a pilot watch made by Rolex, obviously. Doesn't sell for quite as much as the Submariner. You can probably get a new one of these for around $7 grand. But again, that's a bit much for my budget, so I have a Homage. This too is a Pagani Design Homage. I don't know if you can see that green second hand down there, but it's very, very faithful. It has the green second hand just like the real thing. It's got the same kind of numbers on the indexes. It's got the same kind of case. The dimensions are almost exactly the same as the original watch, 40 millimeter case diameter, uh, something on the order of 12 to 13 millimeter thickness, more like 12. Very, very close. Same kind of bracelet. Again, good quality with this watch, and one that I'm going to plan to wear quite a bit. I just got it. I've only worn it maybe twice. But this one's going to go into regular rotation. You can bet. I'll wear it a lot. Here's an interesting one. This is another Sugues. I mentioned before, Sugues makes their own movements. This watch you see on the iPad is a Breitling Top Time Deuce, D-E-U-S. It is a racing chronometer, automobile racing. It says in Benzene Veritas on the dial there somewhere. Really handsome colors, nice leather rally type strap. I got a Homage from Sugues through AliExpress. You can see they've been very, very faithful to the design, the appearance overall of the Breitling. I have mine also on a rally strap. You can see the perforations in it. Really just a handsome watch. And one thing that's different with this one is it has a lightning bolt shaped second hand. Maybe a little bit hard to see. Try to show it to you there. And again, you can see that Sugues label. Lovely watch, very high quality, just like my other Sugues, the Submariner Homage. I love this. I wear it all the time. Next one I'm going to show you is the one I'm actually wearing today. I took it off my wrist so I could put it here and do the comparison. This is an Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean, a special edition for the America's Cup. I think they made it for the America's Cup race in 2003. I could be wrong on the date. But even though this watch is no longer, I don't think it's any longer a watch you can just buy from Omega, but you can certainly find used ones all over the internet and eBay and like that. Very popular watch, highly sought after, and as you can see, extremely colorful. I've got a copy of the watch, not a copy, that's not a good word to use. I have a homage to the Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean America's Cup edition. I'm trying to get it so I don't show the reflections here. This watch, even though, it's big, it's a 42 millimeter case size, it's fairly thick, 13 to 14 millimeters thick. It kind of has always looked a little bit crude to me. It's got that red and blue bezel, and that's a paint on the bezel. That's not ceramic. I guess they can't really do red ceramic, so they have to use paint. This watch has always seemed a little bit crude to me, but the more I see of the original watch, it's kind of crude looking too. So I think this is actually a very, very faithful copy. Again, Seiko movement inside, keeps excellent time. The little helium release valve at the 10 o'clock here, I believe is non-functional on my Homage watch, whereas it does work on the original. But in any case, I'm never going to take this in the water. No way. Last one I'm going to talk about. Next to the Rolex Submariner, probably one of the most homageous watch, most highly copied, highly emulated, is the Omega Speedmaster. This is the Apollo era watch that the astronauts wore to the moon. More recently, some of the Artemis II astronauts were wearing this watch. Long spacefaring history. Just a fantastic watch, and probably one of the most popular watches in the watch collector hobby. I guess that's the right word. My homage to the Omega Speedmaster is this Pagani design. The big difference between the original and the Pagani design homage watch is the movement. This one has a mecha quartz movement. The chronometer function is, I believe, mechanical. The actual timekeeping function, the basic watch itself, is quartz with a battery. A little bit of differences here and there. The dial has some very minor differences. And I think the 3 subdials are a little bit different as well. I actually like on my Homage watch, the sub-index at the right 3 o'clock is actually a 24-hour scale. So you can tell at a glance Am I looking at 20 after 12 in the morning? Am I looking at 20 after 12 in the afternoon? You can look at that little subdial. You can see where you are on the 24-hour clock. I like that. I wish you could set it to a different time zone, but you can't. Anyway, this one also has been restrapped. A watch that I'm very, very fond of and wear frequently. Just in general about Homage watches, I think if you aspire to own a Rolex Speedmaster someday, a Rolex Submariner, or a Omega Speedmaster, or any one of these others, a Homage watch is a good stopgap. It'll get you the idea of how it looks on your wrist. Do you really want this watch or not? Do you really want the original watch or not? Do you really want to spend $12,000 on a watch that looks just like this? Yeah, you probably do. So you maybe want to start off with the Homage, wear it for a couple of years so you save up the money to get the real thing. In my case, older guy, fixed income, I'm on Social Security, I've got an Air Force pension. It's realistically at this point in my life ain't never going to happen. Okay, I'm not going to have the original. Long time ago, 1990, I went to a watch broker at the China Fleet Club in Hong Kong and looked at a Rolex Submariner. I intended to buy one when I went there. It was $6,000 in 1990. That was about double the budget that I had for a new watch. So I wound up with a Breitling Chronomat instead that I love. I love my Breitling. But I also love my Homages. And I'm very, very impressed with the level of quality, exceptions noted, the ones I talked about earlier, with these Pagani design and especially these Sugas watches. As far as I'm concerned, China is a watchmaking nation just like any other. They've earned their chops. They make good stuff at a very, very good price. So in my case, it's a matter of I want the looks of the watch. I'm never going to have the real thing. So I'm happy with my Homages, and there they are, along with some watches in the rest of my collection, which I talk about in other videos from time to time. So that's it for today. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.